The following message is transmitted at the request of the NKRS Center authorities. A shelter-in-place warning is currently in effect for all areas within a 10-mile radius of the NKRS Center, including the Detroit metro area. At 12:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a mysterious event happened 5 miles away from the NKRS Center, which has managed to result in the disappearance of 10 people, including 3 employees of the NKRS Corporation. Due to this, all residents in the areas aforementioned must shelter in place immediately. To shelter in place, close and lock all doors and board up all windows. Gather everyone in your home to a safe room with a minimal amount of doors or windows. It is preferable to shelter in the basement. If you don't have a basement, shelter in an interior room with a minimal amount of doors or windows. Gather food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. Take shelter now. Civil danger for the Detroit metro area, the NKRS Center, and areas within 100 miles of the aforementioned areas. The following message is transmitted at the request of NKRS Center authorities. The mysterious abduction that happened just before 12:30 a.m. has somehow striked again. A further 200 people were mysteriously abducted, including 100 employees of the NKRS Corporation. All residents in the aforementioned areas should shelter in place for the time being, and prepare to evacuate when necessary. Gather food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. Seek shelter for the time being, and prepare to evacuate. All residents in the NKRS Center and Detroit metro areas, and areas within a 100-mile radius of the aforementioned areas, evacuate immediately. The following message is transmitted at the request of NKRS Center authorities, as well as civil authorities in your area. The mysterious abduction of people in the aforementioned areas has gotten worse. A further 1,000 people have gone missing, over 750 of which are employees of the NKRS Corporation. Due to this, all residents in the aforementioned areas should evacuate immediately, if able to do so. If you don't have a vehicle that you can use to evacuate the areas with, you should get to a safe shelter immediately, and call 911 for assistance with evacuating the area. Speed limits on the interstate highways have been lifted, to allow everyone to evacuate out of the area immediately. Please evacuate now. Please stand by for an administrative message from the CEO of the NKRS Corporation.
This is a message to everyone receiving this broadcast. We are currently facing a dark time. People are being abducted left, right and center. Furthermore, the abductors seem to be abducting people who are evacuating. Due to this, we recommend that anyone who isn't evacuating, that you need to find a shelter immediately. Don't take chances with the abductors.
That was an administrative message from the CEO of the NKRS Corporation. We now return you to regular programming. We interrupt your programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to broadcast news and official information. This is WMSM. We will continue to serve the Detroit metro area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations furnishing news and information for your area. The emergency alert system has been activated to keep you informed. The President and his representatives have not yet been abducted and are expected to speak to all stations shortly. Please stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, this nation is facing its darkest time. All of the states barring Alaska have reported abductions of its citizens. It is feared that many of the abductees are now possibly dead. But never fear, we will come back stronger than ever before. This concludes my message, but before I leave, I would like to speak to one person at this time, who currently resides in Detroit, Michigan. Scotty! I know that this is all you're doing. Hand yourself into the FBI right now, you brainless baloney-eating idiot.
That has been a message from the President of the United States. We will now go off air until an emergency action termination message is transmitted.